I remember vividly. This one, I will not lie. I remember that on the day of my clinical exam, OSCE, I was sitting down in front of the invigilator, and the invigilator looked at me and said, I wore this hygiene net, this doctor's hygiene net, ready to see the patient. That's the simulated, the patient that's acting at a simulator. And the invigilator just looked at me and just told me, with this your hairstyle, you'll never pass this exam. This one is better. If 80% of my patients don't want to see me, then it means I have 80% fly tight. I am free. It's a power problem. I will not beg anybody to be treated.
You did 6 months in Nigeria.
Yeah.
How do people take bad news in comparison to Germany?
Wow.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Onlyfacts Podcast. I'm your host today, Success, Nigerian by birth, German by registration, and you'll find me on socials at Diary of a Nigerian German. Today we have Dr. Benny on the show.
Bam.
Bang bang. For those of you who don't know Dr. Benny, but Dr. Benny has been on previous episode and we've had quite insightful and interesting conversations with him. I think the last one was with our host Livingstone. He's not here today. But for those of us watching for the first time and getting to know you for the first time, just give us a quick intro, quick background. Let's know, who are you?
All right. My name is Okechukwu Ebenezer. I'm not the type of person to always put doctor in front of their name because I feel that it's just for class. My name is Okechukwu Ebenezer. Everyone calls me Benny. I'm the Nigerian doctor that studied in Ukraine, fled the war during, the Russian invasion in 2022, and now moved to Germany, continuing their career in medicine. Now, I guess that this is the main area that brought up a lot of sparks, and should I say a lot of debate, because people don't understand how they can continue as doctors in Germany. That's why, I guess this is why we're here. That's
why we're here. So before we get into the hot gist of today,
let me take a drink first.
Clear the throat. All right. So before we continue the conversation, how was life like as a medical student in Ukraine?
Well, life as a medical student was very, very, I would say very chill, very, very chill, very, it wasn't the best, but it was good. I'll give you a rundown of my day. So we can start classes, for example, at 8 a.m. We go to the hospital. Also, that is towards the clinical years, from 4th year to 6th year. But in first year to 3rd year, we just go to the class, go to the university. We have classes till somewhere, let's say 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, sometimes even 4 o'clock. Then we come back at the end of the day. It was really chilled. It wasn't really complicated like in Germany, where there is a lot of project. You have to create slides. In Ukraine, it was way more chill than studying in Germany for sure. It was. I think I did my studies in Karazin. That's a city in Kharkov, and there I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy studying medicine in Ukraine.
Yeah. So you already mentioned that in German uni or study form, it's a bit quite different.
Yes.
Would you say that is why it's quite difficult to transition from a foreign doctor into a German doctor, because they have quite different standards?
That is very correct. That is a very, very precise statement. Why do I say this? Because even after graduating as a doctor in Ukraine, I tried to get the Anrechnung, that's the comparison, the equivalent, but the Landesamt, the office that is responsible for this Anrechnung, told me my degree as a doctor in Ukraine is equivalent to a 3rd semester medical student in Germany.
Damn.
That's damn. That's actually like damn. Like, I'm a doctor in Ukraine, but in Germany, they see me as a 3rd year medical student. That's literally, not even 3rd year, 2nd year, because 3rd semester is 2nd year.
Yeah, that's
as a second year. Beginning of 2nd year. And this was one of the main reasons why I made up my mind that I'm going to Nigeria to get the Nigerian medical license. I actually know doctors in Germany today that studied in Ukraine, but they are repeating the entire medical studies again.
I'm
That's
telling you,
years of-
that requires a lot of patience.
Yeah.
But I'm not that person.
So you went back to Nigeria to get your medical
Yes, to
certificate.
get the medical license. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Did you gather any experience in Ukraine, or was it just after your graduation then the war started, or what? How was it?
Actually, I gathered some experience in Ukraine. I would say that, however, the experience were not hands-on. Let me put it that way. So we could be there in the theater. This is an instance. This is just an example. We could be there in the theater, but we are just looking. We are not actually. So you understand? We are not participating.
Yeah.
So maybe he touches this organ. Oh, this is displaying. He touches this organ. This is that. You understand? So there is no hands-on experience. That's what I would say. And in Germany here, I think from the last year of medical studies, they go into more hands-on activity. That's why I think, that's why I would say the difference is really there. It's really there.
Okay. So I just want to also compare, because you're going back to Nigeria to get your certificate.
Yes.
Is it because the Nigerian certificate is higher than the Ukraine certificate, which makes the equivalency in Germany a bit higher? Because I'm confused, because I'm like, okay, what's the difference?
No, that's a good one. In the answer to this question is this. In Germany, we don't have higher or not higher. In Germany, we have outside the EU and inside the EU.
Okay.
Is it European Union or is it not? It doesn't matter if you study in the United States, if you graduated as a doctor in the United States. When you come to Germany, as long as you're not a specialist doctor in the United States, when you come to Germany, you still have to start from the same process that I began with.
Because the UK is no longer in the EU.
Because the UK and the US is no longer in the EU.
So prior to Brexit, it was
fine.
the same.
It was the same.
That's
but now,
crazy.
Yes, that's how deep Brexit, affected. Should I call it the medical curriculum or the medical university studies? So I wouldn't say higher or not higher, but I would say definitely that the medical degree from Nigeria. When you finish studying medicine in Nigeria and you complete 1 year studies in Nigeria, your degree is seen more credible. I'm not using the word higher. Nobody come from here from comment.
He just said the word higher.
No, I'm literally saying it because right now I know doctors that studied in China. This is somewhere that is really very tricky. This is an area that is very, should I call it gray? There are doctors that studied in China, did the internship, because the way medical studies is we have the theoretical aspect, we have the internship aspect. The main purpose of the internship aspect is to bridge the clinical experience and the theoretical studies.
Yes.
Now, in Ukraine, we do 6 years of theoretical studies and then 1 to 3 years of clinical experience. This is called internatura. So, for you to be recognized as a doctor from Ukraine, you need to have the 6 years medical studies plus 1 to 3 years internatura, internship, depending on your specialization, on the direction you want to go. In Nigeria, you do 6 years medical studies, but it's not 1 to 3 years internship. It's just only 1 year.
Okay.
Do you understand? In Ghana, it is 6 years medical studies plus 2 years internship.
Okay. So it's the internship that is making the difference now.
That is making the difference.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, even someone that has done the 6 years of medical studies plus internship, but from China, this person, according to the information I've gotten recently, I've noticed that most doctors that already did this system, they were told to still go do some form of adaptation program. That's some form of training in Germany to give them more exposure to the clinical studies.
Yeah.
But people that came from Nigeria with this 5 years plus 1, they just get accepted directly.
Okay.
So does that mean the schools in Nigeria are better than the one in China? I would say no. Do you get? So
if the answer is no, why is the German the armed, I don't know what you call them.
Yes.
Landesamt responsible for giving this Ausgleich, putting some countries above some, even though we can clearly see from the outside world that, well, people from China might have more training. Let me know. I don't know how to put it.
Higher, facilities.
Higher
and all
facilities than people from certain parts of the world.
Yes, I agree. I would say one thing, because, and when we talked about it in the last video, we talked about the resilience of being a doctor from Nigeria, and how how stressful it can get. Now, when I went deeper into this topic, I found out that the Commonwealth countries have a built health or medical studies curriculum, and every of them use the same principle. So it's just like studying medicine inside the European Union. If you study medicine in Hungary or you study medicine in Romania, when you get to Germany, you don't need to go back to Nigeria to do that 1 year of internship before you can be licensed as a doctor in Germany.
Because they have the same.
Because they have a collective, type of structure when it comes to studying medicine. That is the same thing with the Commonwealth countries. That's what I, found out. Now, but if you look at it on the other hand, some countries like Belarus, Russia, they are not under this Commonwealth system. China is not under this Commonwealth system. That is why Germany requires the doctors from Ukraine to either have these 6 years studies plus 1 to 3 years postgraduate training called internatura.
Okay, so now I understand the point, even though for me it's still mind-blowing that people invest, like in the Ukraine, 6 years in studying theoretically, 1 to 2 years in getting like the practical aspects, and then they still come to Germany and then they tell you are equivalent to a third year, by the way, a third semester medical student. And this is even before the whole language conversation will turn up. Right? Okay. So you went back to Nigeria to get your certificate.
Yes.
How did you do that?
Wow.
Did you register like to a hospital? Did you know somebody that knows somebody? Did you bribe people? Give us the full gist.
That's the comment they're looking for. No.
Is your father a governor?
No, the way I did this was I reached out to the Etstekama, the Medical Doctors Council in Nigeria. Yeah. And when I reached out to the Etstekama in Nigeria, I told them the situation that I was in, and I told them that I would like to get the Nigerian medical license.
Okay.
Now, when I told them this, that was where they told me that I needed to do a 6 months internship phase in Nigeria and then write the start exam in Nigeria before I would be given the Nigerian medical license, the provisional Nigerian medical license.
Okay. So you had to go back to Nigeria for this?
Yes. And so I went back to Nigeria ending of January. Beginning of February last year, and I stayed in Nigeria till July. I wrote the start exam on the 24th of June last year.
Wait, first of all,
yes.
Are you a Ukrainian citizen?
No.
Do you have any EU passport? Are you an EU citizen?
I wish I would. No.
I'm thinking because most people might not want to go this route because it's like once I enter Nigeria, I'm not coming out again.
Yes.
How did you do that? Did you have to reapply for visa or just to divert a bit from the conversation?
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's why before I started this process, I made sure that I had the backing of at least 2 immigration lawyers. And the Auslander Behord as well. So how did I do this? I found out a loophole with my with my residence permit in Germany. So I'm not allowed to be outside the country for more than 6 months in a row.
Okay.
So no matter what, I must come back
before 6 months expires, and then if I want to go back, I have to leave again. So I left somewhere around the 10th of February 2025, and I was back in Germany around, let's say, the 3rd or let's say 5th of July 2025.
Okay, so you're under the 6 months.
That 6 months rule. So this allowed me to, and yeah.
How long was your off entitlement valid for? Was it a year, 6 months, 2 years, 3 years?
If you have a job in Germany, your off entitlement is valid for, I think, 4 years, 3 to 4 years.
So you had a job?
Yes, I had a job.
You took a leave for 6 months?
No, I actually quit. No. I'm
part of the people that will drag you today.
No. I actually, if they see this video, I'm not working there again, sha. I actually told them that.
Don't worry, they will not see the video.
My father was sick. I told them my father was sick, and I needed to fly to Nigeria urgently. So I left.
Okay, I don't know if this is a part we should go to the podcast. I don't want you to get.
No. Like I said, no, it's okay. It's actually the truth. It's just that I had ulterior motives.
Okay.
So was my father actually sick? Yes. It's just that I
so
knew
you
that.
Just used one bed to kill two stones.
Thank you.
One stone to kill two beds. Sorry. One stone to kill two beds.
Yeah.
So, okay.
One stone to kill two beds. So the umbrella excuse was my father is sick. I need to go back home urgently. I got that. Immediately I entered Nigeria. 1 week before the official date, I reached out to the Estekama, the medical council in Nigeria, told them that I'm coming to do this 6 month internship. And then, so the hospital where I was working in Germany thought that I'm just going for 1 month. Since my father is sick, I'll just stay with him. 1 month is going to be better. But then when I was in Nigeria during that 1 month, I told them that, hey guys, my father is still sick. What can we do? That was when they now said, oh, you are staying too long. We have to fire you. And they fired me. So to me, it was okay because that was the original plan.
Okay.
It's just that I didn't want to quit my job myself.
Okay.
So after they fired me when I was in Nigeria, then that was when I had already started this 6 month internship, and I just continued that until the 24th of June, where I did my start examen for the medical license in Nigeria.
Okay. So I just want, because somebody's watching now, I personally know a doctor that came from Ukraine, and he's Nigerian as well.
Yes.
But he's not able to practice what he studied here because of a lot of regulations. And he's currently working in Flingenheim.
Yes.
And I think he will love to go back to what he studied, because I think that's his passion as well. So I'm a Nigerian, and let's use Nigeria as a case study. Obviously, other people from other parts of the world will have to check the rules and regulations from their country, right? So as a Nigerian, you apply to the Health Council in Nigeria saying you need the doctor license of Nigeria. Yes. And they just told you to come. Did you have to pay?
Yes, I
Did you have to register to a particular hospital you wanted to work with, or they provided for you?
Yeah. Okay.
Was it related to, you can only do it in particular states, or can you do it anywhere in Nigeria? Like, just take us through that process, just so somebody.
No, the reason why I would even go into details is because I get this question a lot since the last videos, were published. I've gotten a lot of messages from LinkedIn, from Instagram, from even Facebook.
Yeah.
People asking me what is the first step? And I was speaking to someone today is Sunday. I was speaking to someone on Friday.
Yeah.
And when I spoke to this person on Friday, this person told me they are in the same situation, but she's in Portugal. Now, the first thing I told them is you have to register for the 6 months. It's called remedial program. This is for doctors that graduated from 2022 above. For doctors that graduated before 2022, they can directly write the NDCN start examen.
So they don't have to do the 6 months.
They don't have to do the 6 months.
Okay.
But for doctors that graduated after 2022, not after, but from 2022, they have to do this remedial program for 5-6 months and then do the start exam. Now, going ahead, what's the first thing? The first thing would be to reach out to NDCN, which is the Ayatollah Kama in Nigeria, telling them that this is what you would like to achieve. After that, it costs money. For me entirely, for just the process, not accommodation, not feeding, it cost me about 1.5 or 1.5 to 1.7 million naira.
That's a lot.
That's crazy.
I was thinking you were going to mention something like 100k registration, 200k accommodation.
When I was swiping my credit card,
That's crazy.
I get vexed.
That's crazy.
About 1,000 euros. And after paying that, good and fine, they provided me with the hospital. They told me I must do this here. And in this, the hospital took attendance, made sure that, hey, you have to be coming every day. We had exposure. We had sometimes hands-on exposure, clinical experience as well. So this was good. However, after the 6-month program, in my set 2025, we went to Kano to write the medical licensing exam. That was where the entire drama with my hair, with my, my piercings and all of that.
So that came into play in Nigeria.
That came into play.
Okay.
It came into play like mad.
I'm interested.
No. I remember vividly. This one, I will not lie. I remember that on the day of my clinical exam, OSCE, I was sitting down in front of the invigilator, and the invigilator looked at me and said, because I wore these hygiene nets, these doctor's hygiene net. I don't know why. A lot of people, allow me to deviate. A lot of people on Facebook, they assume that this is how I go into theater to see my patients.
Of course not.
Like, some people can be so slow. Like, really. So at the end of the day now, it's not like I covered my hair, went, properly dressed, my white coat, stethoscope. I was with the invigilator, ready to see the patient. That's the simulated, the patient that's acting at a simulator. And the invigilator just looked at me and just told me, with this your hairstyle, you will never pass this exam. This one is better. Stop
it.
This one is not stop.
What does your hairstyle have to do with your exam?
This is to emphasize that if you listen to me, I said that the invigilator told me this before I even proceeded to the patient.
What was going through your mind when you heard that? 6 months is gone.
I was like, I am a choosing. You God of my pastor. Who are you? I was like, what? No, but to be honest, what did I know here in that period? My mom told me she had a revelation that I will fail because of my exam. My dad told me, you never listen to me. If you don't cut your hair, you will fail. But to be honest, I have coconut head. I get coconut head.
Assuming you didn't pass the exam, would you think it was because of your hair?
For yeah.
You would say because you did not just study properly or what?
That's why I studied properly now.
Yeah.
That's why I studied properly, because I wanted to shame them. This is not my parent too, because I know my mom will say this one. I wanted to make them understand that my appearance have nothing to do with my competency in my profession. Do you understand?
I understand that, but do you think it's okay for a doctor to have dread? I'm just like, I don't.
I'll ask you just one simple question. I'm
asking on behalf of our followers, our Facebook and TikTok followers, because they've been asking a lot of questions in this direction.
Yes.
Do you think, because people will say dress the way you want to be addressed, look put together, blah, blah, blah. Even though dread is part of the African culture since ages, right? I think people don't know their background. Let me put it that way.
Let's educate them.
But personally for you, have you ever thought, this is my dread, it didn't follow my profession?
No. I've never, I'm going to share a photo with Chris so that he shows during this part of this video.
Yeah.
You're going to see me without the dreads. There is nothing special.
You still look the same.
I still look the same. Do you know why? Okay, I'll answer this question based on two perspectives. Now, the first thing is that people don't know that a lot of proverbs that we grew up with, they are outdated. You see this, you mentioned one, you said you said dress the way you want to be addressed. Another one is practice makes perfect. There is no number of time you practice that you become perfect.
Yeah, there's nothing like perfection.
There is nothing. Perfection is an illusion.
Yeah.
But we grew up with the mentality, practice make perfect. Now lie. Nobody's perfect. Now only God. Do you understand? So what I'm trying to explain here is another proverb that doesn't make sense is dress the way you want to be addressed. Now, two things to say about that. Dress is dress. To me, hair, no concern dress.
It's part of it.
It's part of it, but according to that proverb, dress the way you want to be addressed. The emphasis on that, like in that proverb, because every time you ask someone, give me an example, or they always back up that statement with an example. Let's look at this from the perspective of a banker. A female banker that goes into that's the person that attends to you in the bank. She's wearing a spaghetti top, show back. Now,
and the show back has tattoo.
And the show back has tattoo. Do you understand? No, there is a way you're going to think, because it's literally what it is. Dress the way you want to be addressed. But if a female banker attended to you with suit, but she had dreads, you wouldn't say anything. Now, this was something that really, really amazed me in University of Guadalajara Teaching Hospital. And this one, I can never.
I wasn't here when it was calling
the doctors messaged me. One of the doctors, after seeing the last video, I'm going to say it again. Let's look at this. Benny has dreads.
Yeah.
He's a doctor.
Yes.
Dr. Nkechi has dreads. She's also a female doctor.
Yes.
Benny is being bashed every day because he has dreads as a doctor. But Dr. Nkechi, she has dreads as a doctor. A woman, but nothing is wrong. That's the first instance. Now, second instance, this was the instance that I even told them in the hospital. Why is it that a woman in the hospital would be allowed to wear hijab, but me, I cannot wear dreads?
Okay.
No, I want you to answer that. You see,
so I'm not going to answer it. I'm just going to support. So at this point, I'm playing the devil advocate, right? I'm just going to back up our Facebook draggers.
Yeah.
So I'm part of the people that want to drag, even though I have a different perspective personally. So in the African setting, if you have dreads, if you have tattoo, if you have piercing, if you are dressed a certain way, if you are acting a certain way as a guy, if you are talking feminine as a guy, there is a proper stereotype for you. There is a proper box they are going to put you in. So we associate being responsible as a person with clean dressing, simple hairstyle, even better still, no hairstyle, just keep it low cut, chic, and you're good to go. But I'm seeing you now. You are a doctor. You have dread. You are wearing a ring. You're wearing earrings. Do you have tattoos?
I do. I do now. I have tattoos. There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it, but do you understand that in the African setting is not the norm?
I understand that it's not.
And you are giving people stress. You are giving people panic. You want to show us your tattoo?
Don't panic.
Okay.
Don't panic. Let me take off my
Facebook people should drag him. Fist on him.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay for me to be dragged.
So you actually have a tattoo on your right hand.
Yes,
what does that state?
It states
is that Arabic or
no, it's Georgian.
What's the meaning? If you want to share though.
It's okay. It was at first that it was personal. But this one states discipline, hard work, and family.
As a doctor.
That's it.
As a doctor,
what do you want to say about it? Yes.
As a doctor.
Yes, as a doctor.
Is it for inspiration that you wake up before you treat your patients, you check your tattoo, or what is it for?
Wait. Let me explain something. You have to understand that tattoos have significant meaning to each, because I'm a family man. Like if you're following me on social media, you know that I talk about my sisters a lot. On my WhatsApp status, I talk I post my mom, I like to, I'm a family man. Yes. And that's why I woke up when I was in Georgia in Tbilisi a couple of days ago. I looked at it and I liked the way the Georgian inscription is written.
Yes.
And I wanted to get a tattoo.
Yes.
And these are the things that have worked for me: hard work, discipline, and family. So why not?
Is there like, okay?
I have another tattoo on my neck too.
I think this one is enough for now. Let's start with this one first.
No, but for real. The truth is, how does this ink here affect me from making a cut from stitching up a woman that just finished having a cesarean section? How?
Okay, so it doesn't affect your ability.
Yes.
It just, because at the end of the day, we see doctors, especially coming from Africa, we see doctors as next to God. Let me put it that way. On people that God uses to
breed.
Take a deep breath. Wait now, I told you I would play devil advocate. We see them next to God or servants of God, are people that God used to help in healing processes and stuff like that. And we expect you to be in a certain way, in a certain form, it's just like,
what do you mean by setting? What do you mean by setting?
Setting in the sense, okay, you don't have tattoos, you don't have piercing, because we're very religious people as well.
Who told you that God doesn't have tattoos?
See, that's another conversation.
No, you have not seen God. I've not seen, right? And you say you are likened to God, right? No, that's a good.
Wait now. Let's not get into religion, because everybody's not religious, right? But if we want to talk about Christianity, there's clearly a Bible passage
in the Old Testament.
In the Old Testament, I understand it.
Old Testament.
In the Old Testament, it doesn't mean that it doesn't apply to us today, because does that mean it doesn't apply in our today's world? First of all, are you a Christian? No, because
But she said we are not doing religion now.
No. We're not doing
Yes, I'm
religion.
a Christian.
You're a Christian.
Yes, I'm a Christian.
Does your religion allow you to tattoo?
My religion, my own Christianity allows.
Which is your own Christianity?
You asked me. You asked me a simple question. Are you a Christian? I said yes. Does your religion allow tattoo? I said yes. What problem? That's it, Stephanie.
Christians in the comment section. Does Christianity allow tattoo? I'm asking for educational purpose. Don't drag me.
Facebook, this one, go chop this one. Go chop. What do you mean? No. Since we are, according to my understanding, I'm not a Bible expert, but I know according to my understanding that the purpose of the New Testament was to should I say
shed more light.
Shed more light, to remove us from the old doctrines. Old doctrines in the sense of we do not physically, for example, we do not physically burn offerings. Like we don't physically do that anymore. Because it removes us. It removes us. Now, if that's the purpose, then why isn't that same New Testament removing us from the things like, because anyways, I understand
what you're trying to say, right? I'm just trying to get you to understand the perspective of people. Why they would say, oh, it's not right for dreadlock. Now, let's ever say whether it's right or whether it's wrong.
Yes.
Generally, if there is a certain way I will not dress to my church.
Yes.
If I'm going to a club, there's a certain way I will dress.
Yes.
If I'm going to a wedding, there is a certain way I will dress.
Yes.
Whether it's from my hair, from my makeup, from my dress to the shoe.
Yes.
I'm not wearing high heel to go and pick a child from kindergarten, where some women do that. But I'm not going to do that, right? I might put more effort into doing my makeup and my hair if I'm going to a particular kind of setting. And I might not care about makeup and hair if I'm going to a particular part of setting. So I'm trying to make you understand that statement, because you mentioned that, dress the way you want to be addressed is outdated. Is it really outdated? Or it's just that the new generation don't just want to pay attention to it?
I would say, no, that's a very good...
Because at the end of the day, you are a doctor.
Yes.
If my child is sick and I bring my child to you, your appearance should give me first assurance that this guy knows what he's doing, because I cannot enter your brain.
From where did you get that information?
That's personal perspective.
But that's the thing, you see. But the thing I've noticed for
because
Nigerians,
you are dealing with people now.
Wait. One thing I've noticed with Nigerians is a lot of Nigerians think personal perspective reflect reality. That's not
fair
true.
enough.
Personal perspectives does not reflect. I think this is why we have something called rules and code of conduct.
Yes.
In the army, there is a code of conduct that says you cannot have long hair. In medicine, there is no code of conduct that says you cannot have long hair.
Okay.
In the army, there is a code of conduct that says you cannot have piercings while in service, while on duty. There is a code of conduct that says this. But in medicine, there is no code of conduct that says this.
So because there's no code of conduct,
if there is no code of conduct that says that outlines this information, then your personal perspective does not apply here. That's it.
So even if it will give me as a patient family member or even as a patient myself a bit of confidence, because you want your patient to have confidence in what you are doing.
If you don't want to be confident in me, come on here, go meet another doctor.
No, but the patient well-being should be your priority. Because that's why you became a doctor in the first place.
That's correct.
Your patient's well-being should be
correct.
your priority.
That's correct.
And the well-being starts from building confidence. It's a very important part.
Let me emphasize.
If I'm not confident that you can treat me based on, I don't know how to put it.
Yes.
If I see someone that looks like he or she is high on drugs.
Yes.
And you are telling me my personal perspective does not matter, or is not general rule, it's not code of conduct.
Yes.
I understand that part.
Yes.
But I'm sorry, I can clearly see that you are tipsy. I'm not going to allow you to treat me.
That is good, and that is why there is something that I tried as much as possible not to forget what I wanted to say. The patient. Yes, you mentioned something. You said the patient's perspective or the patient opinion of the doctor. That's important, but that's why even as doctors we have a rule. We only treat people that want to be treated. A person is dying and the person has written on their chest, do not do CPR. If you do CPR, you go to jail. It's fact. You cannot. So if you come to my hospital, you look at me and you say you don't want, Benny, I don't want you to treat me. I'll look at you, get out. What are you? What? I have to be begging you to treat you. What?
But what?
No. Wait. Now, wait. I'm not done. Wait. I'm not done because it's very important to emphasize something here. People think you made mention of something. You said patient care. That should be your priority. That is correct. But you have to understand that for patient care and for the will of the patient to be delivered, you need to have the Einverständnis, the agreement of the patient. That's why even when you come to the hospital, we give you a paper, the Einverständnis erklärung, and you sign it.
Okay.
If you look at me as a doctor and you're not okay with my appearance, you ask for another doctor. C'est pas problem. It's as simple as that. Like it's not
okay. So if let me put a percentage. If 80% of your maybe in Germany it might not be the case.
Yes.
Because I also want to ask you about your experience in Nigeria, in comparison to in Germany. If 80% of your Nigerian patients don't want to get treated by you, because obviously, let's be factual and let's be truthful to ourselves, right? We have a perspective.
Yes.
Whether you say, oh, it's coming from lack of knowledge, or we shouldn't have this perspective, or we shouldn't think like this. We can. That's another topic on its own. The perspective is already there.
Yes.
If you look a certain way, in a certain part of the world, you are categorized into a certain box.
That's correct.
Good. So if 80% of your patients don't want to get treated by you because of your appearance, do you put your appearance above your profession, or I don't know how to put it? Would you consider?
Let me answer your question.
Cutting your hair.
If 80% of my patients don't want to see me, then it means I have 80% Freizeit. I am free. It's a problem. I will not beg anybody to be treated. If it means
would that not cause like problem in the hospital?
No, it will not.
You get
in Germany. Let me use Germany for example. In Germany, your contract says if you work 100, if you work 40 hours per week, 160 hours in a month, you are supposed to be paid 5,700 euros as a doctor. That is my contract. And what it means in Germany is that for you to be considered for you to be considered, for your working hours to count, you have to be present. I put that in quotation.
You have to be present at
physically at work.
Not treating.
No, if I'm there, there are other things I do as a doctor apart from treating patients.
But you know the way you are sounding, and someone would think, oh, you just care about yourself.
No. I think what someone would say is that people are very, very used to the mentality of doctors fitting into a box. I'm telling you the truth. People are when I got my first job in the German hospital, I remember that I came into the hospital one day and I worked in the Rückenmark, Wirbelsäule Verletzung Station, the spinal cord injury station. The doctor came inside. He was a German doctor. This guy had dreads and this guy had tattoo. That time I was still on low court. I was looking at this guy like, you dey whine me.
So you have that perspective. Even becoming this, because why were you thinking you dey whine me?
Let me tell you. Yes. Now,
why were you thinking
there is a difference between perspective and stereotyping. But the line between
it should not be crossed.
It should not be crossed. If I have a perspective, like stereotyping is where it comes in group. Like people thinking Nigerians are scammers.
Yes.
If just as an individual you think Nigerians are scammers, okay, and you don't act upon it, you just think that within you, it doesn't influence your reception, it doesn't influence your outward expression towards Nigerians. That is not a stereotype. That's your perspective.
Yes.
But stereotyping is where your perspective is now influencing or affecting your outward appearance. So now you're not just thinking Nigerians are scammers. You are now thinking, I cannot leave my phone here because there's a Nigerian in the room. That's stereotyping.
Okay.
So now this is my understanding, because this is the only fact. So this is my understanding of perspective and stereotyping. Now, when I saw this German doctor with dreads and tattoo, I did not say, let me go out of this place so this person don't know what he's doing. No.
You were just fascinated.
I was just fascinated, but because coming out of Ukraine, and that was sometime ending 2022. So I was like, I'm not used to this, but it's okay.
Yeah.
He looked like when he was talking to the patient, he knew what he was saying. He knew what he was doing. So I was like, I'm confident in the competency of this person.
Yes.
Now, when it applies to me, if you look at me and we're having a conversation before we started the podcast, and if you see basically from my knowledge that this person knows what he's saying, or you don't then you can't allow your perspective cloud the competency of this person that he has already physically displayed, and then think that this person doesn't know.
So we're going to read some Facebook comments at some point, but I want to take the conversation a bit somewhere else, right? You did 6 months in Nigeria.
Yes.
So hands-on in Nigeria.
Yes.
How do people take bad news in comparison to Germany?
Wow.
Because I've seen situations here, like in German work culture, for example, somebody like a colleague can just come and be like, ich habe mein Vater verloren. I'll be working from home today and tomorrow.
Yes.
And then 2 days later, he or she is back at work. And it's mind-blowing for me because I just have to lose my dog that I'm not even living with. And I'll be out of work for 2 weeks. I don't know. I feel like we are very passionate when it comes to losing loved ones. So what's the difference and how do you manage that?
My answer to this question is that in Nigeria, Nigerians are very, very expressive. I would say, not all, but most Nigerians are very expressive. If a Nigerian don't like you,
yes,
you can tell.
Yes.
If a Nigerian, Nigerians, they express a lot. Now, recently, there was a news
with Dr. Romania. I've forgotten his surname, but this doctor got beaten by friends, or allegedly friends of or should I put it, friends or people known hoodlums that were related to a patient.
Okay.
Now, this doctor got beaten in front of the hospital. In front of the hospital where they work. Mm-hmm. You should understand that this thing is not a ground level and system failure.
Yes.
In front of if in Germany there's something we call Arbeitsschutz, and Versicherung.
Yes.
Now it says I was on my way to the clinic, like in 2024. I was on my way to the hospital where I work, and I fell down from my bicycle.
Yes.
I was given 6 weeks leave.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I fell down. The ground did not fall me down. Like I fell down.
Mm-hmm.
But in Nigeria, a patient was beaten up by hoodlums.
A doctor, yeah.
A doctor was beaten up by hoodlums related to a patient. Until today, maybe not today, but as at, let's say, sometime last week when I checked, the medical association of doctors in Nigeria and the National Association of Resident Doctors, as well as the Doctor Association in Nigeria, they did not release any press information talking about this
or addressing
it. Yeah. I went deeper to look into with perplexity. I'm serious. I went deeper to understand why can this kind of thing happen, and I found out that in Nigeria there is no concrete policy against violence there is no policy on violence against healthcare workers. And this is why this is almost the second time this is happening this year.
Yeah. So would you say generally Nigerians tend to
Nigerians are aggressive.
Not take news in a good way or accept their fate? Because I mentioned before, because Nigerians almost think the life of someone is dependent on the care they get. Even though to an extent it can be true and stuff, but
no, see, you have to understand something. See, Nigerians are aggressive. Forgive me to say this. Just ask Chris, the video that was trending on Facebook, go and see the messages that were there. I said, somebody commented, you're a fool. I went on these comments, I clicked on this thing, and on the person profile, I found that the person is a bishop. A bishop. This is someone leading other people. Yeah. You can just use your Facebook profile to comment, you're a fool. Where does that happen? Where do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes,
yes. I need you to understand that. And this video garnered a lot of comments, more than 1,500 comments. Go there. You're going to see guys bashing me as if I stole something.
Yeah.
When I showed my mom this video, she actually thought I did something, maybe
you said something wrong.
What I just said is just that I can work as a doctor with dreads. I did not say anything else.
Yeah.
I did not say doctors should want more salary. I did not say doctors should be paid 1 million naira a month.
Yeah.
I just say it's me. I did not say we as a group of doctors can work. No, I just said I can work as a doctor with dreads.
So, talking about the bishop on Facebook, right? Yeah. Let me just read some of our favorite Facebook comments on your last post, because people were quite upset that you don't
To be a Nigerian is.
But do you think as a Nigerian and as a black man, you have a bigger role to play? You are not just representing yourself, you are representing Nigeria as a whole. Because if you are doing well, if you end up on a newspaper or something, they will be like, our doctor has done this and done that. So now it's like, no, you are not representing our culture, our belief, our perspective.
Fire culture, fire. But no, what are you talking? No, let's be realistic. Like, let's be very, very realistic. It's Nigeria, is Nigeria, is Nigeria.
Yeah.
However, we should understand that I, as an individual, I have my own values. I have my values as a person. And one of my values is expression.
Yeah.
I express myself. If I express hard work on my tattoo, it doesn't mean it's your body, it's your body. I'm not the chief association of doctors in Nigeria. I'm just a Ukrainian medical graduate that is working in Germany.
Yeah.
I'm not occupying any official position.
Yes.
This is my perspective. And I feel like each and every one of us, yes, should be able to express themselves
the way they want.
Remember, my perspectives are very individual. It's not collective.
Yeah.
I'm not saying doctors in Nigeria must have tattoos. I'm not saying doctors in Nigeria should be allowed to have. I'm saying me as a doctor, it's my body. And the hand is there. I'm still using it in the hospital. So just hard work. This is what is going to change your son from thinking that he should pursue medicine.
Yeah.
Don't follow my path. Follow Jesus.
Follow Jesus. All right. Moving on to our comment section. Someone said, if I walked into a hospital and the doctor looked like this, I will surely get a second opinion before following this course of treatment. Call me prude if you want, but I'm very traditional about these things. Make una they copy better thing, not be everything them they copy.
Good. No, that's very good. And what I would say is, even if your doctor has low cut, even if your doctor has skin, get a second opinion, because like they say, let me give you African proverb: 2 heads is better than 1. Finish.
Is that not outdated?
Outdated, Guinea.
One head with AI and with ChatGPT is also better. All right. Someone else said, why you say if no one look like doctor?
Who tells you I don't look like doctor?
So from the person perspective, you're not giving
the person in Nigeria now. If you are in a place, I grew up, I heard this story one time that in, I don't know whether it's United Kingdom or Scotland somewhere, but there is a place where their usual breakfast is 2 slices of bread and a small portion of beans and sausages. That's their breakfast. It's always 2 slices of bread, 2 slices of bread. Then I now asked, what if I wanted 4 slices of bread? Like, wait, 2 slices is not enough. What if I wanted 4 slices? I'll say, what? 2 slices is enough for you. My stomach is bigger. 2 slices is not enough for me. What's the problem?
Yes.
Do you understand? So I understand that people want me to fit in their boxes, but I will not. I'm sorry. And I'll say it again. If you don't want me to be your doctor, Nigeria lacks doctors. You have to understand this. It's clear. Nigeria lacks doctors in the sense that Nigeria, even producing,
we have doctors,
but they want to leave.
Yeah, because of the
4,000. Let me quote you numbers official numbers. According to the Expat or Medical and Dental Council in Nigeria, in 2024, 4,200 new doctors were registered to the Expat. It doesn't matter from the medical graduates, both international, 4,200. At the same time, in that same 2024, 4,900 doctors applied for certificate of good standing.
Yeah.
Certificate of good standing is the document you need as a doctor to jackpot.
Yeah.
4,200 doctors were registered. 4,900 doctors is looking for an exit. And yet you sit in front of me to tell me that you will not allow me to attend to your wife. They go.
Apropos, attend to your wife. So obviously the comments, all of them are quite related. Let me just read a few back to back, and then we'll get your reaction on it, and then we'll wrap up this episode, because it's a long conversation,
honestly.
right? So someone else said, am I supposed to clap for you? If it was your wife you brought into the gynecologist room and the doctor looked like basically the way you look, sure, go ask question. Mona, stop all this sentimental bias, because you do, it doesn't make it right. Clap all you want. If you want to be professional, act like one. Another person said every profession is in every nation has a code of conduct. A lot of Western nation won't be bothered, but in Nigeria, every patient won't be comfortable with the look, despite your capabilities.
Wait, let me interrupt you. Sorry. Let me interrupt you there because there is a code of conduct you can look at it. NDCN has a code of conduct. And this person is confused. You see what I say? Personal opinions does not reflect reality. This person is talking about Western code of conduct. He doesn't even know Nigerian code of conduct. When I got my license as a doctor, I was given as a doctor, the code of conduct. And there's nothing. You look neat, look tidy, but they no talk.
Dread.
Cut your hair. They no talk. No get dreads. No get earrings. So what does this person know about code of conduct? Please continue.
Okay, so let me read the last 3 comments, and then what do you expect when you are carrying dread like a musician? Dress the way you want to be addressed. It's always good to look decent and tidy like an intelligent person. Why are you carrying dread?
I know intelligent though.
Why are you carrying dread? It's our culture in Nigeria today to dress decently. You are not in abroad. Well, you are in the abroad, but you are still a Nigerian, right? Sincerely yours. These last comments. Brace yourself. You look more like a musician for our society than a doctor.
For our society. Very good. I like the emphasis on for our society. Because I know our society. I did my own society. I did my own society. Wow. So yeah. If I look like a musician, good. If they bring some of the doctors from accident hospital in Germany to Nigeria, well, how would they look? Like musician in our society. Nobody say, do you understand? Yeah. So if I look like doctor in your society, it's okay. Yeah. Am I in your society? No. I'm in my own society. If I'm coming to your society to just stay for a temporary or transitory phase, and somebody, let me even add a comment that I saw rather. Someone said, when in Rome, behave like the Romans.
So now you are in Germany. Are you behaving like Germans?
No. Now that's one of the statements that I feel is very, very outdated because nowadays
you are debunking all the statements they used to raise.
It's fact because sometimes even my dad, but my dad quote proverb. I will tell him see, not to challenge you, but daddy, say Guinea, what are you talking about? If you want to say something that is correct at least. Let me know that not disrespectfully, but daddy, you understand. The reason why I'm saying this is now people, when this statement came out, when in Rome behave like the Romans, the globalization that we had is way less than what we have now. Yeah. Do you know, everyone is moving from the small city to the big city. Yes. Globalization has almost tripled.
Yes.
Compared to when Rome behave like the Romans. Nowadays, even Germany is trying as much as possible to adjust its constitution. In Germany, the national anthem makes reference to the word God a lot. I was discussing this topic with Professor Dr. Bettina. This is the rector of Ali Salomon Hochschule. So this is not someone that, and she was telling me about it that now Germany's Muslim society is growing up so much.
Yes.
Gone are the days of when in Rome behave like the Romans. That Germany is considering. There are a lot of senators pushing this cause. In North Rhine-Westphalia, I don't know the city, but I know it's in North Rhine-Westphalia. There is a lot of big mosques out there, and these big mosques, Muslims pray up to 5 times a day.
Yes.
And these 5 times a day that they pray, it involves singing or involve making prayers on loudspeakers that affect the society. Let me not use the word affect, or that is heard by the society, because it's not affecting anyone. Now, the truth is that as I'm talking to you, there is a way that, so at first, it wasn't even allowed for prayers to be made on loudspeakers.
Yeah.
But now, Prayers are made on that same loudspeaker, but they should not be higher than a certain decibel.
Yeah.
It should not be so it's not, they're not trying to fight them not making
They're just
it.
trying to
They're
integrate them
reduce
into
the loudness so that it's attainable or so that it's acceptable by the society. What am I trying to say? Germany is a country that is built on, structure, indigenization as well. But if we are getting to the point where they are trying to restructure their own rules to accommodate new people, does it actually mean we have to behave like the Romans in Rome? Like, do we actually have to?
So it basically means when you get to Rome, grow your community large enough that Rome will adapt to the situation. But yeah, I get what you mean.
These proverbs, they are really outdated. Globalization is moving like this. The wife of what's the vice president of the United States, Vance. The wife president of the wife of the vice president of the United States is not originally from America. She's from somewhere in India. Now, what are we talking about when we are talking about globalization? Since when, do you understand?
It's a long topic. It's a deep conversation.
Conversation on its own.
I think you get where we're coming from, even though fine and good, it's your personal perspective. Because at the end of the day, Dr. Benny has debunked all the parables we grew up with. I feel like you are somebody that will say, the parable that says, "What a elder sit down, see." A child can you imagine? So a child can see it now with AI. Guys,
just write the prompt. Think like an 80-year-old elder. What would you see if I do like that?
Can you imagine? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching to this point. You guys are the realest MVP. We'll see you guys on our next episode. And thanks to Dr. Benny for sitting and having a chat with us again. As usual, very enlightful and interesting. Yeah, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Anything you want to say to our viewers. They should not drag you too much. Just a bit, Tabi.
If you come for me, I will come for you.
Boom.